Welcome back, friends. We had the privilege of volunteering at the annual Buck Rock Open House over Labor Day weekend this year. The Buck Rock Foundation thanked us by renting the historic Big Meadows Guard Station to camp at for the weekend.
Guard stations like Big Meadows were built in remote forest areas during the 1920s and 30s to house fire patrols and project crews, especially where road access was limited. After World War II, as road networks expanded, many fell out of regular use and were either abandoned or repurposed. Starting in the 1990s, historic preservation efforts led the Forest Service to rent the remaining guard stations to the public, an approach that balances preservation with funding and access. Throughout its history, the Forest Service has sought to develop both utilitarian housing for its employees and architectural designs that reflected the values of the agency. Big Meadows Cabin, constructed between 1933 and 1935 by the CCC, is a perfect example of this standardized style of housing. During the early years, a forest ranger's living conditions were primitive. Most expenses and meals had to be paid out of their own pockets. Rangers were also forced to rent accommodations for themselves and their stock. That may seem odd by today's standards, but in the early days of the forest reserves, housing was a low priority when compared to the need for fire lookouts and telephone lines. Without the CCC, the Forest Service would never have been able to find the necessary money and manpower to build all the facilities it needed during its early years. Today, CCC-era buildings are the most common types of historic buildings found on national forest.
a good shot.
Yeah? I'm getting better? Burritos for our hard-working crews tomorrow morning at Buck Rock. Assembly line.
I took the opportunity during a little downtime to explore the meadow and bathe in the forest for some Shinrin Yoku.
Brats with Mexican beer, peppers and onions. Burgers in beef broth to keep them. Then we can keep them this way almost indefinitely. They work good, obviously.
You want a knife and a fork?
Learned at an Exeter baseball game.
I was going to ask you how long you've been doing this, Chef George.
Since my kid, well, he's 28 now, but he was in grade school. So, I don't know, 10, 20 years, 15 years. Yeah. So, I saw that it was a good idea, you know, for this kind of thing.
I'm gonna grab some meat here.
Oh, I thought you were a vegetarian.
Oh God, no.
How did I miss
I
that?
think I told you I'm almost a carnivore, really.
You get enough?
I got nothing.
For now?
For now.
Yeah, both.
Are they spicy?
No, they're German. They're cooked in beer. So.
Are you German?
Careful. That's just the way you do it. It's a fry.
Anyways, I called over on the phone. I couldn't get
We're
through,
playing.
so I asked George
That was a
call
real
on
fire.
R5 and just say, hey, did it cross the river? Because the smoke is really close. And,
Yeah.
anyways, I didn't mean to get people chasing nothing, but
No,
I
no,
just
it's better to know than
couldn't see.
not know.
And I didn't know if anybody was at Delilah or if they'd left already. So.
That was good.
And what a spread, you guys. Great job, everybody. Okay, out of curiosity, I know I took some too.
And it was all overgrown.
And that's the one you were there. I told. How long ago was that?
I think that started on
And I was fascinated.
Wednesday.
I did not want to do drugs.
I'll be a dandy and I'll be a rover. You'll know who I am by the song that I sing. I'll feast at your table, I'll sleep in your clover. Who cares what tomorrow shall bring?
They say Buck Rock rises like a granite fist above the sequoia forest, 8,500 feet high, with a staircase that seems to climb straight into the clouds. At night, when the wind cuts cold and the stars hang low, that old lookout feels less like a tower and more like a place where the earth and sky trade secrets.
You, me, Horst, Jan, and Richard.
The ones on that channel.
Long before the steel stairs and before the cab we see today, the lookouts had to climb a tree trunk lashed against the stone, scrambling up rickety ladders just to reach the top. More than one man swore the granite itself groaned when storms rolled through, as if the mountain didn't want them there.
This is easier with two people. You're out here in the wind. Everybody ready? Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ultima. Spago antes.
The west. Right.
Look at this.
Great things that we unknown come from the west. We offer this tobacco creator in a good way. As we share to the west, also we recognize our Nokwop, our Anos.
Ultima.
In a good way. And to Adi Davis clan. Offer the tobacco created for the earth, Father Sky, the four directions. To the west, we offer this in a good way. We share the song in a good way. Oh-ho!
Elik. Ultima Elik. Inash Topishna. Otuima Akus Davis.
They have better swag than I do.
Take it off the case.
All right, Kyle. See ya.
So right now we're getting into fall.
I don't even, my friend does I understand if you're driving for a long time in the car, but I go on vacation with a girlfriend every year. Jesus, the audiobooks the whole time. It's driving me crazy.
Thank you for all you do, Smokey. Appreciate all your hard work.
Actually, Jeff will catch you right around this corner here, so you can head on up. Okay. Thanks, you bet, Jeff.
Against the rules. Walk. Your legs are too fast.
for over a decade, Buck Rock was abandoned. Wind howled through broken windows, snow piled against the old fire finder, and the cab sagged in disrepair. Lookouts who returned before its restoration swore the place still felt alive, as if the spirit of its keepers lingered. Some say when you're alone inside at night, you can hear faint footsteps on the wooden floor or the sound of binoculars clicking shut. The Buck Rock Foundation restored the lookout in 2000, brought it back to life, and started staffing it again. But ask any volunteer who's worked a shift up there, they'll tell you the same thing. When the storms come, when thunder shakes the granite, you can hear footsteps pacing on the wooden floor, even when you're alone.